Music You Can See, we're at Winter NAMM. Such a pleasure. I'm meeting right now with Caleb Quaye, longtime guitarist with Elton John since what, and Bernie Taupin when you were like 15?
Yeah, from the beginning.
From the beginning, Hall & Oates. So I saw your movie, Louder Than Rock, last May. I watched it premiere with the director. How in the heck were you able to put such an illustrious career and cut it down to like, what was it, an hour 30?
Yeah. That's a good question. It was, obviously there was so much we could do, put in there, but we just wanted to keep it tight and concise and understandable, So that's the way it worked, And Valerie Tucker, who directed it, she's really good.
Emmy winner.
Yeah, 9 Emmys she's got. So she was really good at telling a story in a way that it's tight and concise, and there's a little bit of something in there for everybody.
It's an amazing, amazing story. I first saw you perform in 2006 at the Los Angeles Sports Arena at the Azusa Centennial.
Oh, okay.
So my bandmate actually played percussion in that worship team. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing now with church?
Wow, yeah, well, I do a lot of stuff for our church. I'm in church every Sunday playing. I haven't done that much traveling since COVID and everything, but I'm very active in a church, and that's really it. I'm just trying to be light in the middle of darkness.
Well, you definitely have. Your story is just incredible. Judith Hill recorded a song. Talk about that for your documentary.
Yeah, the song's called Speechless. It was actually written by Israel Houghton, and a
big worship leader. I think he did the night of worship here one year.
Yeah. And so we did the arrangement on that, and she just nailed it. She totally killed it. Judith is somebody I've known since she was born. Yeah, her father is the bass player. Her father and mother, Pee Wee and Michiko, he plays in my band, and we've been playing music together since 1980.
Wow, because the 20 Feet from Stardom features her.
Yes.
I see your documentary right up there with 20 Feet from Stardom and probably the documentary Sidemen. There's not very many other music documentaries that I can really put in that category other than your three.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. And I think what's most probably, unique most probably is that my story is it's historical, but it's inspirational as well. So it's redemptive. Most documentaries you see about rock musicians and stuff, they end up in despair and they've blown out with drugs and everything. This ends up on an up note. It's redemptive, So it's historical, but it's also inspirational as well. So I think it's a good thing for young musicians coming up. They want to make it, it'd be a good thing for them to watch.
And just such rich music history where you were working at a publishing company in London, and Reggie was also working. Talk a little about the beginnings where you got first in the music industry.
Yeah, well, I landed a job at Dick James Music when I was 15. Dick James Music was the Beatles' music publishing company, so it was right in the midst of that whole, incredible music scene in London at the time. And when this guy Ray Williams, who was an A&R guy for Liberty Records, he brought Reg Dwight over to record some demos to try and get him signed to the company, to Dick James. So I was running the studio at the time at 16 years old, and so the funny thing is that Reg had to audition for me.
Yeah, because you ran into him a second time at that time.
Yeah.
And was Bernie Taupin involved yet?
At that time, no. Bernie came in after that. So the very first demos, which I wish I'd have kept, was just a song that Reg had written, and we decided that he needed to work with a lyricist. So that's when Ray put out an ad in a music paper, and Bernie responded to the ad.
Wow, old school.
I
remember it.
Yeah.
Talk about your book. You're going to be signing here at the Anvil Case booth today. Talk about it. Is that an autobiography or a biography?
It's autobiography. So the movie is based on the book.
Okay.
So I think that's another reason why most probably the documentary works. It's based on a book. It's not fictional. That's it right there. And so people can get the book and they read the book, see the movie, and go, oh yeah, he wasn't lying.
I know it's a real deal. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
What's it looking like for you in 2024? What do you got coming up?
Well, right now, the movie has been winning a lot of awards at film festivals.
I've been seeing that,
which is really cool for us. So we're pushing that at the film festivals, and we want to try. We're hoping to get it into the theaters as well.
Oh, great!
So that's what I'm hoping for 24 is to get it in theaters. And then there's been talk about, maybe somebody should make an actual movie out of it,
Oh, a bio
movie,
right.
whatever they do,
Biopic.
And so that'll be fun. See who they're going to get to act me,
Because they did Elton's movie about
Rocket
5
Man.
years ago.
Yeah. We won't talk about that.
That's, well,
there was a lot of stuff made up in there. It was so historically inaccurate,
Well, that's
So-
because it was a movie based on a real person.
Yeah. So that's what it is, So that's. But hopefully, if we can get it in the movies, and another thing we're trying to do next month, actually, February 21st, we're doing a screening and a Q&A at USC.
Oh, that would be so.
So we
cool
want to get
cover.
it. Yeah, we want to get it into universities, colleges, hopefully, as for their music students. Because it's historical as well, and so it's exciting times,
Well, Caleb, it's been such an honor. There's a lot more than Alan John and Hall & Oates. He's worked with Lou Reed and just some iconic artists in the business. Illustrious career. I do not know how they condensed it into an hour and a half, but they were able to manage to tell his story perfectly. He's got a book signing today. Caleb, it's such a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, sir.
Finally, I think I first spoke to you 2 years ago on the phone.
Okay.
And been a fan ever since. Well, actually,
Bless your
the
heart.
soundtrack of my life is your guitar in the background because I grew up in the 70s.
All
So.
right, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks very much.
MusicUCanSee, Winter Nam, Caleb Quaye.